Hello everyone, good afternoon. Iris here from Flower Design School. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I've had some beautiful leftover flowers or some flowers left that I have been doing a workshop with, and I thought instead of having them just sitting in the fridge not having too much use, I'm going to make a little something out of them. So here we are live. Feel free to say hi and give me a thumbs up if you're here and live and watch me. Otherwise we'll see how many people are possibly joining in or not. So yeah, hi everyone firstly. We're going to have some yellowy colors here with beautiful carnations. I've got some couple of limes and lemons here as well that we're going to be working with, and got a lovely variety of yellow roses and some different foliages and things. So I'm gonna just tilt this a little bit down maybe to show you a little bit closer what we're doing, and my head will be out of the way for a little while. My cleavage was just in there. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna get started. You don't need my face, but I'm gonna be down here occasionally just to check in on you. So first off, I want you to have a look at these beautiful aspidistra leaves. And they are a little bit worn because they have been out in the garden, but a very nice little way of using them up. Instead of using them as they are flat, you can actually give them a little curl around and pierce your stem directly again through the leaf itself. So you're ending up with this lovely little thing here, like a little parcel that can function as a really nice little base area. So I'm going to do that with my aspidistra leaves here a few times. Best is to cut the stem prior, a little bit shorter on an angle with your knife so it's easier to go through, and fold and stitch in, sticking that through and just pulling it down, and it kind of holds itself nicely by itself. It's without any wiring or anything accessorizing needed. So just folding it around and bringing a little bit more stability by having that little tip just sitting on the leaf there as well, and just pushing through. Cool. So here we are. So I'm going to get started with some of these leaves in a section just over here. I'm just going to bring them on top of each other, make them look a little bit fun. So you have that fold and that intrigue of that leaf there, just through there. That's going to be a nice little group. The next thing that I'm working with are these beautiful ivy leaves, and they're going to go into this side for a little bit. I'm going to put a few over this way, just diagonally across. I do use my floristry knife to recut the stems nice and fresh so they can really go into that base medium well and drink enough out of it. And then I've got these lovely little quarter-line leaves that I'm going to pull a little bit longer towards the side here. So I'm going to just bring them on an angle here and push them down into a natural swing and sway outwards to the side here. So I've got those three as a little grouping there. Another thing that I've got here is the camellia foliage. I'm just going to bring some of that also into the other side, just for a little more extension on the other end. Hello everyone, hope you're doing fine. I'm not sure, is everyone live at the moment? Good stuff. I've even got some German friends visiting, so that's lovely. Hello, hello. Hallo. And we're going to put some of the conifer out of my front yard. Bit of conifer just in here. The main reason why I'm putting this conifer in there is because it has a beautiful texture change to the rest of those nice and smooth materials, and it just gives that a fluffier, softer feel, just to break it up a little bit. There we go. So that's mainly the base done. So it's good to start yourself with the base and get a little bit of a framework happening, and then we can get started with the flowers. So I've got these funky little Irish bells here. I don't know if you know Irish bells, but Irish bells are one of my favorite things that I use in springtime, and when they're available in, around about springtime, not quite springtime in everywhere in the world, but this one here is sort of more of a summer flower really in Europe. but I do like it. It's coming through now in season here, and occasionally it just adds that fun factor, because it is that beautiful long line that is sort of like a semi-leaf look, but it's just a different texture again. I also have a wonderful few disbuds Chrissies here, a lot of little spider disbuds. So these are a fantastic, nice green element again that we'll be plonking into over this way. So it's all about, you know, using your materials more in spaces and more grouped areas rather than have them everywhere. So I'm just trying to block particular textures and particular flowers in particular areas, so it's not getting too busy and crowded looking. So there's a feel of texture there and a bit more of an impact for each of those materials. So now I'm going to put, as you can see, I've started, I'm just coming down, I've started with those very strong featured materials, so the big size products and the larger forms, just to give me a bit of a starting point in my shape as well. Always best to start with your biggest product or your most important. We can also call it the queen of the arrangement, or we can call it the highest impact product. So this is what I've been doing. First my foliage and then my main feature flowers and products. So I'm just going to place those limes or lemons, rather, I'm saying limes, they actually are lemons, even though some of them are a bit more greenish. I'm going to put these ones just through here, just to sort of nestle in between this conifer, and they're also getting held by it as well. So I've got that nice little cluster group just on that side there. Hello everyone, Josie, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Okay, so we have a little bit more conifer to do on this side here, just a little speck, just because I will be nestling my products onto them. So I'd rather have the foliage in first and put my flowers into it, rather than having to worry to work around the foliage later, around the flowers later with the foliage. So I'm going to make a little grouping here. You will see that in a second. I'll turn it around with the carnations, just because they're so beautiful and yellow. They just give me a nice, again, a bit of a balanced complementary area over this way, where there is no yellow as yet. And I'm going to plant a little bit of the yellow also through the base here. Just finding excess there through the conifer. If I can find excess, I think I've got a little bit, I've got the leaf in the way, that's what it is. Just putting another one through here. There we go. I'm just going to turn that in an instant so you can see where I've been heading here with those flowers on this side. But so far so good. Now I've got also some berries. I'm going to work with those through this area again in that space, just to get a bit more impact happening. And I'll also be elevating a few of those berries through this space here, just because they're like an area product. They're not really best. They're best off having a little bit of elevation, a bit of height through the design as well. So here we go. My beautiful roses are next. One here. And another. I've only got two left. Unfortunately, I normally work into groups of threes, but this is just a group of two now. Bear with me. We'll make it work. And we'll do some more berries just through here. Good. I do have one of my favorite things. Who knows what that is? These are beautiful crespedias, or you can also call them drumsticks, or some people call them pom-poms and some call them other things, but also billy buttons. So you can get all sorts of variations of names here. Especially in Australia, they call it all sorts of other things than not necessarily the botanical name. So this is the billy button, so to speak. And these are really gorgeous little textural things, as you can see, and they have a beautiful sort of sway to it when you bounce them. So I'm going to place a few of those just throughout the sides here as well, just to again reinforce that extension going outwards to the sides. with a little bit of impact through there. I'm going to plant a leaf a little bit shorter. I'll just come to see that that actually isn't the right space for it. I'm just tucking it under with a fold and placing it that way. And we're nearly there. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful Wednesday, everyone, and you're enjoying yourselves. It's being beautifully springy here. It's got a very nice feel of spring in the air at the moment, which is wonderful. And I heard that Germany isn't all that fabulous weather-wise, so I hope you're all keeping okay in Germany there. So I'm going to turn this around in a second. I just want to actually place a couple of white elements in here as well, just to bring a little bit more depth into the design. A little bit of white just to freshen it all up, and you know, it just lifts all the colors up a little bit more into that higher vibrant frequency, if you want to call it that. Just using a few of those beautiful lisianthus, just connecting with my white container as well, just a little bit over that way. So I'm just going to show you this side here so far. This is it, and then we're just going to work a little bit more over this way with a few more of the lissies, just to bring a bit more of that white in to the other side. Again, this is pretty much mainly balance, for the balance reason, because the white really draws your eye straight to it, because it's such a focal color, really. It really is pulling you know, a visual sort of line to it, to itself, because it is just a dramatic, strong color. So we've just got to be careful with placing white, really, overall. And we've got a few more elements through here, just bringing the bit more density, a bit more height through the middle there, and I'll turn that around before we finish. Hello everyone, hi Flo, back on track. I like how you're joining into my live sessions. Thank you. Give me the thumbs up if you like this kind of thing that I do. I don't get to the lives all that much, unfortunately, but I really have to make a bit of more of an effort, and I will, I promise, because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy talking to you, even if it's through this means, but it's just nice to say hi and see everyone live, being part of this. Isn't that a wonderful world these days to have this kind of options? So I'm gonna just bring you a bit closer. I'm gonna zoom myself in a bit. Hello, and I'm just going to show you my design from both sides, finalized, more or less finalized, so have a quick look. I might switch it a little bit when I get off, as I always do. These are our loops there, and this is our final product. I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to comment and leave a little message below, and hopefully we'll see you soon next time. Thanks so much, and take care. Ciao.